the program benefit the industry? Of course, train and plays, be it plays and train, these two terminologies are very result centric, very focused, and it always we always wanted trainees to come for training. After the training is done, we should have a right value proposition after the training is done. No point you come to me as unemployed graduate after the training is done and you continue to be unemployed graduate. That doesn't give any value to you, neither the HRD Corp. So we started to incorporate impact and outcome in every trainings we do, in everything that we do, every initiative that we do. We look out for this impact and outcome. And Place and Train is one of the program that gives us high impact. It is very placement centric. If you want to go to the industry, an industry will tell you, oh, I will take you to the job only when you have this specific skills. Okay, we train you and we place you into that in the jobs. Or sometimes what we do, we get the job first, then we train you, then we place you. So it both ways. The trainee have to benefit. Of course, this is one of the very effective and a successful program, and we will continue to do this because end of the day, it's about impact and outcome.
Okay, wow, interesting. All right, thank you very much, Dato'. That's interesting that you say you all believe in digitalization from top to bottom. Very comprehensive, so excellent. All right, now let's move on to Nick, right? So Nick, interesting. So this is from a Yao Law, a manager, right, at a company called Seaway. What are the opportunities for those 50 plus, age and above? Interesting. You're on mute. Hold on, you're on mute.
Okay, sorry about that. So before I answer that, I saw a question on from Faizah Abdullah.
Okay.
With the introduction of IT in the school, are the teachers well trained to guide the students? Okay, we realize this, and we are working with the ministry to make sure that the teachers are updated. Okay. So what we have done on our side, we have activated 39 continuous professional development centers nationwide, mainly located in universities. So we work with the universities, so we get the lecturers to be training the teachers, because the lecturers are better equipped and more updated. So they are the ones who are helping to train the teachers. So we hope by this way the teachers can continue to be updated, right? So that's to answer that question. And to answer the question from Yao Lo, I think this Datuk touched about this just now, about 50 plus or senior citizens have the opportunity to also re-enter the workforce. Probably a different perspective to that is they also have the opportunity to also join as gig workers, right?
Okay.
In MDEC, we have this gig workforce training since 2020.
Okay.
We have trained around 13,000. 13,000 since 2020. So out of these 13,000, about 5% of them are 50 years old or older.
Oh.
So this is like 600, 700 of them, right? And we have many success stories. I'm not going to go through too many, probably just one. A lady from Setapak, Kuala Lumpur, she stopped from her full-time job. Now she's a full-time freelancer.
Okay.
Her background is in accounting and finance. So in a freelancer, she performed job as a consultant.
Okay.
Right? So from April 2022 until June 2022, her income was RM 90,000.
What?
Yes. Because
I think we are going to start applying for that job, yeah?
Damn right. In fact, I'm going to get Diana to host the show now. I got to go and submit my application right now, man.
So the point is, those of us who are older, those of you who are older, you have plenty of experience which are valued by companies not only in Malaysia but also worldwide.
Correct.
If we get onto the gig platform, which is a global international platform, then you have the opportunity to offer your services to the global market.
Absolutely.
So this is, I think, actually a good opportunity for those us who are 50 plus, who doesn't feel that we are fit enough to be working full time, or we want to do other things as well. So this is an opportunity for us to explore new opportunities.
Understood. So I think that so what I'm saying is that you're saying that for those of you who are already, at that age, you already have a certain skill set with you, right? That you've been practicing your whole life. You're saying that if you put your services on a digital platform, your market for your services is wider, right? So you can reach out. Okay, that's right. But you're stuck with you're stuck with the existing skills you've built. What if the skills you have, right, for your career are not so marketable when you put them on the digital platform? So the second part, maybe if I can add to that, what then skills should you try to pick up to make yourself more attractive, right, when you put yourself on a digital platform, so that other employers may, somebody in Singapore, right, or wherever may say, hey, this person is interesting. What can these people do?
Right. So actually, if you learn digital, according to a recent study by AWS, which I saw quoted on your DNA, 99% of people who took up a digital skills course within a year, they see 99% of them see improvement or benefit in their career. So whatever that you fancy, I think you just go ahead and take it. Once you go onto the platform, you will see what are the trending skills. Then just explore it, just do it. And chances are you'll do better than what you were doing before you took up the course. Yeah. Okay. 99% of the time.
Wow. Okay. I think I've heard all the three panelists mentioning that. So it seems like a reality of the world now is that picking up any level of digital skills is going to help you, right? Lengthen your career or give you opportunities to do work that you wouldn't ordinarily do if you're just, checking and looking for jobs within a geographic region, right? You got to break down those geographic, physical barriers, boundaries, and open yourself up to the world. But when you do that, please strengthen your capabilities, right? In whatever skill set. And even if it's a little bit, right, it's better than nothing, and it can add, and it builds on your existing skill set, because which you have spent your 30 years of your life doing, right? Add something. Because it's very hard, I think, for people to say that I've been doing nursing for the last 35 years, and now for the I want to obviously want to work beyond 60, like Dato was saying, right? 60 is the next phase of your career. Right. And to go until I'm 70, so you got to then be motivated enough to pick up some skill set, right, that can add value, right? Whether it's in the digital space or whatever. So actually, the reality is it has to be in the digital space. Whatever skill set you're picking up has to translate, right, where you can deliver it, right, over your computer, over a laptop, over your probably a laptop, right, or desktop, because over your mobile phone probably cannot. So it's just a cold, hard reality of the way the world has moved. And even when you talk about we're talking about future of work, right? That's the reality today. And I'm very sure that many of those who are listening probably know of people who are already working remotely, right? With a company in another country, right? I mean, two of the staff from DNA, journalists, right, are working for companies in Singapore who say, hey, fine, you stay in Subang Jaya, take care of your father who's elderly, right? No, same time zone, right? You just give us, 40 hours, or Singapore a bit more, 45 hours a week of your time, right? We're fine. And the fact that she can do it from home, right, is fantastic, right? And I'm thinking, even if journalism is affected, what more the technical skills and higher level skills? So it's quite scary, right? And especially all of us employers, we're paying in ringgit. So, but for you, talent there, right? You can, like, I think somebody said you can start earning in ringgit or euro, right? Or in Sing dollar, Aussie dollar. It's incredible opportunities, but you got to help yourself. Like Anthony was saying, right? It's two levels of responsibility, right? Please don't point your finger and say government not helping the MDEC program or HRDF program to do this. I call and already full, cannot accept anymore. Please don't fall into the trap of giving excuses, right? There are so many things. Amazon is offering they're offering free training. Alibaba is offering free training, right? Google and Microsoft. So there's a lot of things you all can do. Incredible opportunities there. Sorry, okay. I got too excited there. So I'll move on to after Nick. Back to Anthony, right? Anthony, so how to motivate? There you go. It's talking about motivation, right? So this is a question from a CEO of a shared services outsourcing company, talking about how to motivate your current talent to learn the latest technology trends and keep up, with for the future. Which I think Dato also answered a bit. But Anthony, this is a special question for you.
Okay, so I'll just give a perspective on, a recent global report on is a career a long-term journey now? And that has dramatically changed. So, this is a survey across all the continents, more than 5,000 to 6,000 people. The data point says that almost half of the population says that today I will not think of 5 or 10 years.
Oh,
But I will think of 1 year, 3 years, those kind of adjustments they're calibrating that adjustments. And probably this is a corrective period for careers. And this is particularly the millennial workforce and that group, which is the largest group, which is coming workforce now. And I think this year onwards, the alpha is also coming on board, which is the youngest group of working population.
okay.
Now, if you look at the next group or next school of thought, they're saying, I'd rather leave a role which I'm less interested, even if I'm offered a higher package. Okay, it's a choice being exercised by individuals right now. So these are two interesting things. One, careers are being taught shorter period of time right now, rather than the long 5, 10, or even longer. And then the choice of exercising my interest over comp is taking place. So coming back to the point on how do we keep them motivated, right?
Yeah.
So there's a couple of things. Reskilling and upskilling is self-initiative learning culture, right? And as much as we want, as an organization, keeping it on top of the priority, the individual needs to embrace that. So you can give a lot of programs, make it available like what you just now said, but the choice of the individuals to adopt and take it up is going to be important. And to the point I said earlier, where both the organization perspective and the individual perspective must marry. And they're able to see it in line with each other's requirements as they go forward, right? So how can we do this better, right? So how can organizations do this is to make it easy for them. Make it easy for them, apply gamification, apply approaches which allows them to be creative, working into teams where they can learn something together, right? Just shift the game where you can give an opportunity as a project and get 10 people to work on it so they learn the process. Rather than you ask that individual, go upskill yourself, go reskill yourself. Let's instead look at them as groups. You come in as a company, your team comes in and you take the program, 10 packs, 20 packs, you do one class, take it as a learning experience as a team, and then you begin to learn faster and learn more, if I may say, in an excited, interesting way, right? Now, that's for the collective skills or the common skills. Now, there will be always specialized skills someone is passionate about.
True.
Now, recently I spoke to a very high senior level, C-level person who basically said she's extremely excited to have taken a blockchain global program. Right? And it's cutting edge, right? So if you are a blockchain expert, you're talking about top 1,000, in the market, in the industry, and you're going to be in demand, right? So there will be that inspiration that we need to create. And companies can create that. Individuals can also embrace that curiosity. If I may say, be willing to play, be willing to experiment, embrace curiosity. Be open to something different. Right? Encourage them to, participate, pick up that new skill, pick up the new language, pick up that new digital skills that's coming up from HRD Corp, MDEC, or, so many opportunities are there. It's up to us to pick up and embrace it, but embrace it with curiosity, embrace it with play, embrace it with the experiment of teams. That way the companies can engage more people to embrace learning and help them contribute better to be more productive.
Better, more productive. It's all about that. Okay, so I'm going to have one question for Dato', and then I'm going to end with the question that I should have started with, my same question for all three of you, which I got so excited seeing all the questions there, okay? Which is, of course, you all know, right? So for the audience there, I will be asking them one question, which is the question I should have started with, right? Which is, how are their own respective organizations, right? Embracing the new way of working, okay? So putting them on the spot there. But before that, Dato', for you is that there's a question from Cecilia Ng, right? Which I find quite interesting, which is the short-term thinking, right? Which is she's asking, what is the fastest and most effective way, right, to reskill your current staff? Interesting.
And I strongly believe there's no fastest way to acquire anything. You have to go to the right way to acquire.
The right way. I like that.
Yeah, but I think with the current technology, there's a lot of opportunities, and that you could acquire things in a flexible, at your own pace. Today we have a lot of online, programs that is available. There's a lot of online platform that is available. They are giving training access to the employees, employers, even the graduates. So it is important. Of course, if you ask me, there are so many content. Even in HRD Corp, we got 120,000 programs are registered in HRD Corp.
Wow.
And that's even HRD Corp. We talk about global content.
Yeah.
There's so many contents available in YouTube,
Yeah.
a lot of online.
Coursera, Udemy, you name it. Yeah.
So the content is never a problem. It's about how disciplined we are to learn the content is the most important thing, and how serious we take trainings. That is the most important thing. The companies, it is not either. I'm not sure whether Cecilia is a individual or from corporate companies, but if you are from a corporate company, the companies have to start to seriously think that training is part of the culture in every company. If you want the staffs or the employees to stay along with you, you must give the kind of empowerment, trust to them. I seriously feel sometimes the employers have a trust deficit. The employers feel that don't trust the employees. They think that when I train my employees, they might leave them.
Yeah.
This is a common mindset in the SME space. 90% of the HRD Corp registered employees are SME. And when you have this kind of mindset, how we are going to empower or make Malaysia a knowledge-based, upskilled workforce? You have to give it back to them. But on the other hand, if you don't train your people, be it SME, SMI, or GRCs, MNCs, how do you increase the productivity?
Okay.
How do you get better results from them? So you have to. It's a chicken and egg. But I think as an employer, you must give that benefit of doubt to the employees. That's number one. Number two, the employees need to take things very seriously as well when it comes to training. If you want to have a career progression, if you want to go to the next level, you can't be doing the same thing again and again, expect a different result. That's not really, that's insane. No, you have to acquire new skills, new knowledge, and acquiring skills these days are very easy, very simple, and there's no complex about it. But it's just that whether you are disciplined, you are serious about what you want to do. That's the question for Cecilia. When I saw a couple of questions, I really want to touch on it.
Sure. Go ahead.
Being fair to those audience who time to write this question. There was one question that anonymous person posted about how the industry can be fair, equality, you don't discriminate and judgmental. I think my answer is very simple. You don't expect the industry to be fair. You don't expect the industry to be discriminating and all this judgmental. Why do you want the industry to be judge you? Who are there to judge you? You don't allow anybody to judge who you are. You have to decide, what is the best about you, and you don't expect the industry to be fair to the industry will never be fair to anyone. How can you expect what is fair to me might not be fair to you?
Yeah.
What is fair to the industry might not be fair to me. So these are something which will stop us from progressing. We have to come out of the syndrome, that you don't want people to judge you, people to be fair to you. I think if you start to believe in yourself, if you start to do the right thing, everything will be fair to you, everything will be in the right progress to you. That's for that person. The second one, Stephanie asked about the training funds available for B40 and a high education kid. Of course, HRD Corp, we focus on the skills, upskilling, reskilling, cross-skilling, employers. So I don't say that we don't have training. I would recommend Cecilia to come to HRD Corp every Thursday. We have an open day. She could come and talk to my, my people in HRD Corp, and they'll be able to guide her in a much better way rather than I explain to you here. So I'm looking forward to see you in HRD Corp so we could give you better information. The last question about how can train and place help students to land a job? Students to land a job. Of course, one of the key criteria for place and train is that only when you get a job, you get onto the training. If you don't get the job, that's about the place and train. If you don't get the placement, you don't get the training done. Okay. So we are giving you a starter. We are giving you a platform to move on. But I know we have many problems. though people got the job, they did the training, but they don't even stay there for 6 months. They don't even stay for 2 months because they don't like the workplace. They don't like things like
Boss.
workplace, or they want to be in a very comfort zone. So these are some things which is not within the control of HRD Corp, neither within the control of the employers. If you want an opportunity, we give you the opportunity. If you think this opportunity is not good, then you got to look for a better opportunity under your own
Initiative.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, no, good. So I think I'm hearing a lot that we all have to take control, right? And don't let someone judge you. Like, if you disagree, right? You find a place where they'll appreciate your skills or upskill yourself. Sometimes you may need to take a dose of humble pie and say, oh, maybe they are partially right. Okay, I'm going to work at it myself. And one time, even for me also, one of my ex-bosses actually told me once that maybe I should leave journalism because say maybe this is not the career for you. And I went back at home that night and I looked in the mirror and I said, my God, 18 years of studying from primary school, right, until university, 18 years of studying and this is what it's come to. And I slapped myself right in front of the mirror and I said, wake up and, get your act together, and I responded positively. So, it is within you, right, to chart the course of your career, right? So, okay, just quickly now, I need to end up, but very important because this is about the future of work. What's the reality? Maybe Nick, I'll start with you. I'll end with Dato' Shaul, right? For your organization, MDEC, how are you all adapting to work right now? Is it hybrid? Is it, what? And then Anthony and then Dato' Shaul. You're still on mute. Okay.
So MDEC, of course, we have to embrace digital. So back to the circle I mentioned earlier in my session just now. Number one, when we talk about how the work is done, we employ a lot of productivity tools. Microsoft 365, all the HR services are through the portal. Apply for leave, recruitment, everything is through the portal. No more fixed line in the office. Everybody's mobile. We're actively on social media. And number two, in terms of who does the work, we, on top of the normal full-time staff, we also have contract workers. And probably now we're going to toy with gig workers as well, right? Mm-hmm. And when and where work is done, we, of course, practice flexible work arrangement. Some of us come to the office 3 days a week, 2 days from home, and flexible hours is also practiced. So it's there. And we are also very much involved in the development of the initiative that we run. If you walk into our office, you see people wearing this Oculus and playing games and all that. So we are actually developing the metaverse and all that for our things. So, but more importantly, I think we need a strong leadership with who understands digital. According to Accenture, only 26% of CEOs have a future-ready strategy.
Wow. That's global, huh? Wow.
Yeah, in 2022. So if the leadership of the company doesn't have a future-ready strategy, then forget about, employing and deploying all these apps or remote work or whatever into the work culture.
Okay. So it looks like still a long way to go. Okay, Anthony, same question, maybe a bit quicker, and then we get Dato to round it up.
Sure. I think one of the things for Confer is the ability to collaborate is of prime importance. So, of course, we resisted the temptation of allowing individual work overcome teamwork. So the priority was placed on collaboration and teamwork. And, you allow that flexibility with the teams to make the decision on their own. Oh. The respective leaders are empowered to make the decision. If they need to meet in person, they meet virtually, they can get things done, go on. So that is the core of how we began around this process. But physically, anybody's welcome to work in the office anytime, right? So no restrictions or limitations on that. So much so we are practicing, for example, I'll just share with you, Mondays and Tuesdays we are in office, everyone. Yeah. And the rest of the days work from anywhere.
Okay.
Right. So just an example, right? But of course, as you work, you build together the activities and so on. The respective leaders can align and work together, and we see better engagement, better productivity, and better support.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, Dato' Shaul, the same question. How is it things at HRDF?
Well, in HRD Corp, to me, I treat even my employees like a customer. For me, customer is king, so my employees are king as well in HRD.
Oh, okay.
As a CEO of this company, I strive to ensure that our employees are well taken care. That also means that I want to create a very conducive environment for them to grow. Because today, when we talk about future of work is all about employees, very demanding employees. Very very demanding workforce.
True.
It's not like those days. With a lot of technology changes, flexibility, the candidates, the workforce is going to be very demanding. And if, as an employer, if you don't come out with the right work-life balance plan for your employees, you will be really left behind. You won't be able to get a quality candidate. So, and I constantly ensure that the employees are given personalized, attentions whenever they are required. We focus on their productivity. We focus on hand-holding them. I know nobody's born expert, and nobody comes.
Okay.
A lot of wisdom. People learn along the way. When we make mistakes, we learn along the way, but we should be open enough to handhold them and guide them. And I certainly push that employee health and well-being is utmost priority. The healthy workforce is a healthy organization.
True.
And we keep preaching in HRD Corp that if we take care of the people will take care of HRD Corp. And that simple mantra what we practice.
Okay. Wow, interesting. I've never heard a leader of an organization say employees are king, man. Expect a deluge of applications coming in after this session, Dato'. Okay, so anyway, with that, hey folks, there's so many questions there. Sorry, we can't take more. But remember, during the closing credits, the panelists will try to answer some of your questions. Like I said, this discussion is so wide-ranging and so many things. But my key takeaway is simply that we all have to empower ourselves, right? I heard about initiative, desire, discipline, right? You can have desire, but without discipline, you need to put in the hard work, right, to upskill yourself. Upskilling is not easy. I don't think just because there's a free course, MDEC organizing is easy, right? MDEC can tell you many people drop off the courses also. So you must have that hunger, that desire within you. Especially for those of you who are above 50, right? You want to elongate, lengthen your career beyond 60. If you're not your own boss, then you absolutely have to do this. Yeah? No questions asked. You have to. And really, there are companies there around the world who will need your skill set. So please prepare yourself for the many roles that are available. I think somebody said there's no shortage. I think Dato' Shaul said there are no shortages of roles out there in Malaysia or what more in the region, right? So please, all of you, right, sharpen your own sorts, right, and become incredible talent that organization need. And for bosses, I think there's some good takeaways from all the three panelists also. And with that, I want to thank all of you for the privilege of your time. And we're going to end the show now. Thank you, panelists. Please stay on, and there'll be some comments, right, coming in, and they'll be answering your questions further. And see you at the last virtual webinar for TopITAC, which I don't know when, but it's coming soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Karamji.